Exchange your story for MV.
They tell you to listen to the stories of celebrities, of billionaires, of people you'll never meet. I say that's a lie. The most important stories are the ones buried in our own lives, in our own hearts. This channel is the rebellion. We exist for one reason, to prove that your story matters. We don't just listen. We turn your life, your truth, into a song and a music video. We make your story permanent, powerful, and seen. And today, we're diving straight into the fire. We have a story from Jake about a love that was perfect and a promise that was shattered by fate. It will break your heart and it will remind you what it means to be alive. Let's begin. My name's Jake, I am 25, and I live in a small town near Santa Clara, California. This summer I met Emily. The sun was warm, the wind was soft, and everything felt just light. I first saw her at the farmer's market. She was crouched down, frowning at a crate of strawberries, muttering, "These are $2 more than last week." I chuckled. Without meaning to, she looked up, caught me smiling, and said, "What are you laughing at?" I stammered, "Nothing, just you seem really serious about strawberries." She looked at me for a second, then said, "Want to grab an iced coffee?" You got a not so terrible smile. That's how it started. We moved in together a year later. Life wasn't fancy. We were broke, always running out of oat milks, and somehow our cat, Bagel, took over half the apartment, but man, I was happy. She used to make this dumb little song. When she brushed her teeth, she couldn't cook to save her life, and she always took forever to pick a movie, but I loved her. We were planning to get engaged that fall. I had the ring picked out. She had no idea. Then she started getting tired all the time, dizzy, pale. At first we thought it was stress. I even joked about it once. "You just want me to cook dinner, admit it." She smiled and said, "Well, if I do get sick, you better take care of me forever." I said, "Well, obviously." Then came the blood test, the ER, the hospital, lights, leukemia. The doctor said it like it was just another word, but everything after that felt like a blur from all hospital rooms. So many pills. I slept in the chair beside her bed most nights. When she couldn't sleep, I'd talk to her, tell her stories. Shall we met how Bagel once got stuck behind the fridge, shed smile, sometimes cry, then fall asleep holding my hand. One night she woke me up and whispered, "I don't think I can do this." I said, "You have to. I bought a ring. You haven't even said yes yet." She laughed, but her eyes welled up. That laugh still breaks me. Those last few months were slow and cruel. I brought her pudding, rubbed her feet, combed what was left of her hair. I held back my tears during the day, but at night I'd hear the cry in the car on the way home, gripping the steering wheel like it was the only thing keeping me together. She passed in her sleep. She was curled up beside me, her face against my palm. She just slipped away, no pain, no sound, just gone. I didn't cry right then. I couldn't. I just stared at her, frozen. Like maybe if I stayed still enough, time would stop and reverse. At her funeral, the whole town showed up. It was overcast, gray, like a washed-out photograph. I stood by her grave, barely able to stand. I kept thinking about her, laughing in the kitchen, dancing barefoot, holding Bagel, like he was her baby. She left me something though. Weeks later, I found her journal tucked between her books. The first page said, "If I go first, don't say you're fine. When you're not, don't forget I loved you. And don't stop living, do the things we didn't get to do for me." That broke me. I didn't know grief could make your chest actually ache, but it does. I feel it every time I see her toothbrush in the cup, every time I find one of her socks stuck inside a hoodie, every time I hear her voice in my head saying, "Did you wear mismatched socks again, dummy?" I still talk to her sometimes. "Hey I made that beef stew you loved. Still not great, but I'm trying." Maybe she hears me, maybe not, but I'll keep talking. I'm still here with her laugh in my head, her cat asleep on the couch, and the ring in my drawer that's never made it to her finger.
Please subscribe to the channel and leave your story. Your support means everything. Now let's see how your support translates into art. We took the heart of his story, that quiet love, and poured it into this song. We hope it does his narrative justice.
You stood by crates of summer fruit, mumbling prices are a joke. I laughed, you caught me, gave a look, said you find that funny bloke. We shared iced coffee, shoulder sun, then wandered past the books and read that August light, your half-grin smile. I still replay what you said. We shared a bed, a stubborn cat, a leak that dripped all night. You'd hum off key while brushing teeth and lose at movie fights. You burned the toast, forgot your keys, but you were home to me. No ring yet bought, but in my mind I'd planned it secretly. You said, if I get sick someday, will you still hold me tight? I said, of course, just try me, love. We laughed into the night, but sickness came without a knock and stole your room by room. You told me don't stop living, babe, but you still fill all my gloom. You faded slow, your hands grew cold, but you still smiled for me. I told you stories, how we met, and bagel in that tree. You whispered once, I'm really tired. I said, you still owe me, yes. You laughed, then closed your weary eyes. I kissed your forehead's mess. The house grew quiet, time stood still. I held you as you slept. No last goodbye, no final words, just silence that you kept. They laid you down beneath the clouds, a ring still in my drawer. But you wrote, go and live for us, and leave your heart ajar. I found your journal weeks too late, tucked neat beneath the shelf. It said, don't fake that you're okay, and don't forget yourself. I cook your stew, I wear your scarf, I still mismatch my socks. I talk to you on Mondays now, outside the coffee shop. So I'll walk trails we dreamed about and watch the cherry trees. I'll keep your cat, your favorite mug, your echo in the breeze. We made a vow we couldn't keep, but I won't let it slip. I carry love and memories and the promise on my lips.